All right, what up? So just a quick little bit about half pigeon pose. So the area that you're gonna wanna really feel the stretch around is like the outer hip and into the glute. And if you're ever feeling sensation in a hip stretch at the knee, it's usually an offset of what comes from the hip. So when we try to stretch the hip and we shy away from it, then it moves to the knee or the ankle. So when you feel a lot of sensation in the knee or the ankle when we're doing a hip stretch, it's time to dial it back a bit. That being said, here's a little prep for half pigeon pose. So the angle you're looking for in the leg is this, but what can often happen is if your back leg's hip flexor is not open enough, it's going to be hard to get that leg all the way back. So to warm it up, you'll find more of these 90-degree stag legs. So if you would line it up, it'd be like if your chest is facing forward, your right shin is facing forward, your left thigh is facing forward. So this right leg is getting the external rotation for the half pigeon. You just take the hands, put them in front of you, not off to the side as much as directly in front of you, and then use your hands to bring your chest down and up. And this will help you to feel what's going on around your outer front hip here. And as you get used to it, you might tent up onto your fingertips. That'll put more of the responsibility on the hip. Maybe one hand. Maybe eventually you could do something like this. It's a lot of pressure for the hip, so I would not do this right away, but you'll certainly feel where the stretch is going. For me, I'm really feeling it all along the back chain here. So if you're not getting the half pigeon yet, finding a bit of this movement, keeping the front shin parallel, bringing the chest down in between the ankle and the knee, not off to the side, but in between. And then you could just do the same thing on the other side. Left shin is facing the same way as my chest. Right shin, right thigh rather, in same line. This is also pretty good to stretch the inner right groin. Then bring the hands in front. A little bit of this movement. Maybe play with holding it for a little bit. You can even push your left hand into the left thigh, kind of force some of that external rotation. And then in time, as you get more comfortable, you can sneak the leg back, and then boom, your front leg's already lined up for the half pigeon. All you need to do is make your way down. So again, notice the difference on this front leg of this versus this. I want that outer part of the leg down. So sneaking the back leg in, I know I'm like a broken record, sneaking the back leg in is going to give you some more play room to get the left leg in the proper position. Once you get this, you start to feel that outer hip stretching. Then in time, sneak the leg back and find your half pigeon. Of course, if none of that really works, you're feeling super tight, you could just go on your back like I always say and do the figure 4 stretch. You're still getting the external rotation. It's just not as much pressure on the hip. Maybe you take it somewhere here. And then eventually here. Okay, hope that's helpful.